Ah, yes! Finally! Beat the final boss. That's the end? Man, I thought there would be more than that, and I kind of don't really have a full grasp on the story here. Like, what is going on? I beat the game and I still don't know what to make of it. Who's that? Hello?
So, I hear you want to know more about the lore of Bloodborne.
Yes, but how'd you get this number?
I know very well how the secrets beckon so sweetly. I can provide the answers that will liberate you from your wild curiosity. But fair warning, you are thinking only on the basest of planes. What you need are more eyes. Do you think you can handle it?
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Alright then. Let's get started.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Excalebar here, and today I am so happy to say that I am doing my first collab with HellYeahGaming. What's going on, HellYeah?
Hey! I just want yeah, what's going on is I'm sitting right here and I'm ready to talk some Bloodborne stuff with ya.
Dude, so ready.
Just throw out there, oh yeah, just to put out there for your viewers. I've been doing YouTube for a number of years at this point, and one of the things that I like to do is kind of search for new Bloodborne playthroughs as kind of a litmus test to see if I'm gonna like somebody or not before I dive more deeper into some things.
Of course.
And yeah, Caleb here, which I just realized earlier today, the reason that Excalebar isn't spelled correctly is because it's your name in there.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Excalebar.
Yes. Absolutely.
I came across on when you had your third episode of it put up, and started from the beginning. Thought like, oh no, I actually really like this guy. He's really cool.
Thank you.
I like his personality. I like his approach. Watched through all of them, and then it was a few more episodes before I started commenting. But I saw how active and engaged you were with your audience, and wanted to really dive in there, participate in that, because you seem like a really cool guy.
Thank you so much.
Then I started writing books in your comment section.
Which I hella appreciated because, dude, like, seriously, guys, he's the lore master. I'm sorry. Like, he knows his stuff. So anytime you commented, I was like, oh, yes, okay, let's get some more info here.
Yeah. So what we're doing here, I reached out to him and let him know, like, hey, I like you, and I am a gigantic mega fan of Bloodborne.
Yes, as we all are.
It's a coin toss between that and Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for my all-time favorite game. Like, it may differ day to day, but those are the two that are always going to be number one.
Excellent.
So I was like, hey, if you want to understand the lore more deeply, like, I would love to do a collaboration where we just kind of go through stuff. I answer any questions you have, and I was honestly not expecting you to pay it any mind. But
dude.
You said you'd be honored, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
No, absolutely, because, I mean, honestly, I didn't think I was going to be able to collab with someone like this quick. Like, I knew that I wanted to, I just didn't know how long it would take. And then when you, sent the invite, like, hey, man, we should do a collab video. And I was just like, whoa, really? Sweet. Yeah, I would love that. And especially, after the finale of the playthrough, I mean, my mind is... I still don't know entirely what's going on with this story. So yes. I'm very happy that I get to have some pointers and, some key, information from you, especially because like you said, when you were writing the the books in the comment section. Like, I really appreciated that. I was like, okay, yeah, I need to know what's going on here. And you provided some info, and I was like, this is fantastic. Like, I definitely.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy to share this with you to go and just to prove my credentials out there for everybody. Like it's a huge part of my life. Boom! Here I am wearing my Eileen the Crow shirt.
Oh, love it.
I have collected the entire graphic novel series. Though one of the books is currently misplaced. I'm not sure where it is. But yeah, there's 6 volumes out, and I have them all. And
nice.
just to put out there, like they are not canon, and you cannot use them to expand on the lore. But they are very fun stories.
Excellent. I'm going to have to check those out at some point.
And to also put out there, the Bloodborne board game. This was Kickstartered at one point, and there's a bunch of Kickstarter exclusive expansions, which those ones sell online for hundreds of dollars.
Damn.
So. Unfortunately, I didn't know about the Kickstarter for this board game at the time. So the Kickstarter exclusive expansions, I just kind of have to save up for over time until I could get them. But
yeah.
So I have the Forbidden Woods expansion right here.
Wow, beautiful.
And then just today. Not even less than an hour ago. I got two more expansions came from an Amazon delivery. The Chalice Dungeon expansion.
Oh my god!
And Forsaken Canehurst Castle.
That's sick. That's so cool. That is amazing.
So. If anybody is questioning like how deep into this I am, hopefully that puts any fears aside.
This is the guy right here.
I tore through like every lore video, scrubbed every wiki. I've played through the game 8 million times. It is
mad.
It is very near and dear to me.
And I can definitely see that now too, especially with how prominent this community is. Like, I didn't think, I was gonna, get this kind of traction from a game that's like 10 years old, and then just to see people still out here and enjoying it and seeing new players play it. I was just like, I was dumbfounded. I was like, holy crap, this is incredible.
Well, see, we continue to push it forward because Sony refuses to acknowledge it exists.
I knew you were going to mention that.
Except to troll us.
It's so ridiculous. And it's like,
did you see? Like,
and it's like, I see it now. Yeah. And it's like, I see it now too. After beating the game, I'm like, man, this game would definitely benefit if it had a sort of like, I don't know, remaster, or if it did have like a proper sequel to it, But
I got thoughts and plans for a sequel.
Oh man!
Did you see the Sony the Sony anniversary the video that they did?
Yeah, the 30th anniversary, right? Yeah.
The PlayStation anniversary, and the very end, they put in a shot from the original trailer for Bloodborne with Perseverance on there, and we're coming up on the 10th anniversary. There's gotta be that has to mean something. No, it doesn't.
Unfortunately. And I was definitely, I watched that trailer too. And like, when I saw that in the frame, I was like, oh, okay, come on. They have to announce something. They have to do like either like a remaster or a remake or something. Like, come on, give the fans what they want already.
That's why we're here, to continue spreading the good word and following the good blood. So,
yes, absolutely.
may it guide your way. Let's get started, I think, yeah?
Yeah, let's do this thing. All right. Oh, I'm so giddy.
Okay. So, all right. So, this is just part 1. Part 2 is going to be on my channel. So I think we agreed what we wanted to start with was just kind of going through a general overview of beginning to end of the events.
Yes.
And then later, in the next one, you've got some specific questions and topics that you sent me that we can dive more deeply into.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, the thing that you need to understand about the world of Bloodborne and the city of Yharnam is that everything begins however many years ago, whether it be many hundreds or thousands. That, the specifics of it are unclear. But it all begins with the Pthumerian civilization. The Pthumerians are the inhabitants of the Chalice dungeons. They're the ones who created the labyrinths.
Okay.
They are basically. I don't want to say that they're a different offshoot of human or something. It's not 100% clear, but they are humanoid. They look human. We do see a number of Pthumerians even in regular Yharnam present day stuff.
Yep.
But they tend to be very very tall, kind of gaunt. The church giants are a form of Pthumerian. The Chalice dungeons that you've gone through, most of when you see humanoids there, though, they are Pthumerians.
Gotcha. Okay.
And although it could also be pronounced Pthumerian with a silent P and the TH not making a th sound.
Yes.
That's another pronunciation that I do like, and I think works quite well, because they worshipped the Great Ones. They are they found the tombs of the gods and acted as their keepers.
Okay. And that's a big one that I definitely am curious about too. The Great Ones, the gods of this universe.
Mm-hmm. Yes. They are very, very, very obviously deeply inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's works. The great old ones. Cosmic eldritch horror, beings that are so far elevated above mankind's consciousness that they don't even consider us. We cannot just as we cannot comprehend their existence, they cannot comprehend us because we're so much smaller than them.
Oh yeah, right. Interesting. Okay.
They are not malicious or intending to cause harm. Just their actions do so in much the same way that we step on an ant for not knowing it's even there.
Okay. That's some pretty good perspective right there. Yeah.
No, the old ones in Bloodborne aren't quite on that same scale of cosmic eldritch horror way above us, but they are still elevated above us in both in terms of the physical and the mental consciousness.
Yep.
The dreams and nightmares are different levels of reality created by their consciousness.
Oh.
And they exist across multiple layers of this reality simultaneously. So even though you go to the nightmare frontier and you kill the amygdala,
right,
it still it still exists in Yharnam. It still exists in other places because it simultaneously exists on multiple layers.
So it's almost
of
like
reality.
It's almost like a multi-dimensional sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, multi dimensions created through ascended consciousness.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So the old ones are they are being watched over by the Pthumerians and their whole civilization. Okay. They call it the Tomb of the Old Gods because that is where the Old Ones originally ascended beyond the regular mortal plane.
Yeah, okay.
So, now, the Old Ones, and this is something that comes directly from Miyazaki, is like they, so I'm sure you saw some of the item descriptions and information says that they are cursed to lose their children.
Yes.
And so they seek a surrogate. Miyazaki has stated directly now what this means. Like, is that the more evolved an organism is, the less often it tends to reproduce. Insects all over the place, constantly churning out babies.
Yeah.
You get something a bit. You go up a few rungs in the evolutionary ladder, building in complexity. Get to something like dogs. They reproduce in litters, and can do so within the span of a few months each time. Go up, a bit further. We get to apes. Apes only do 1, maybe 2 babies if we got twin situation going on.
Right.
Once a year kind of deal. And same with humans here, because we are, humanity are apes.
Yeah.
It's the same situation for them, but they're so highly evolved, so far ascended, so complex that they simply cannot have children.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's very, very interesting.
Any children that they do have are doomed to die because they cannot be supported. And so they seek a surrogate. They want children of their own. They can't have children of their own because they either just cannot reproduce or they die. So they essentially pick someone or something else to act as their child.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Or in the case of potentially the most evolved great one, Odin the Formless Odin.
Ooh, okay.
Who exists in consciousness alone with no physical form whatsoever. He only exists through the medium of blood.
Ooh.
Odin likes to do this thing where, and I'm using gender-neutral pronouns and calling it at this point, because I don't think a formless being beyond the need of physical form really. I don't think gender even exists as a concept for these things.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Odin likes to find women who are potent in blood to impregnate.
Oh.
So that is what happened with the ancient Pthumerians and their queen, Yharnam.
Oh, that's a big mystery for me at the moment.
So, Queen Yharnam, it was the woman in the white dress that appeared after you killed Rom, and, at the top of Murgo's loft.
Yes.
It's not 100% clear if that is something that she wanted or if that is something that was forced upon her, but she was impregnated by Odin, which led to her carrying baby Murgo.
Oh, yep, okay.
However, the Great Ones are doomed to lose their children. When you see her at the top of Murgo's loft, you see that bloody area around her womb.
Yeah.
She had a miscarriage, and thus, the infant Murgo could not survive on the material plane.
Okay. Okay.
Murgo did survive into into the nightmare planes, and just like its father, Murgo is formless.
Gotcha.
Which is why when you get to to that boss arena, the baby stroller is empty.
Yes. Yeah.
So, the Pthumerians, their civilization kind of fell after a good long time because they started partaking of this source of blood. Whether that blood was the blood of Queen Yharnam from her miscarriage with Murgo, or whether it was from the left behind physical bodies of the Great Ones, is another thing that's not 100% clear, but they began partaking of the blood. Then they had the whole beast scourge thing happen in their society, their civilization. Things began to fall. Civilizations, they rise and they fall. Whole thing.
Right.
But eventually, the Pthumerian society collapsed. Fast forward, however many years later, we have the city of Yharnam named for the ancient Pthumerian queen, built upon the remains of their ancient labyrinth.
Whoa. Okay. Oh man, that's wild. So the whole city of Yharnam, yeah, it's built upon the Chalice dungeons.
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
When you perform a Chalice ritual and go into the Chalice dungeons, you're not actually entering the physical labyrinth below Yharnam, however. You are creating a memory of the labyrinth that you're stepping into, much like you, just by entering the Hunter's Dream, you've entered another world. By going to any of the nightmares, you're entering another world.
Oh.
It's a world created of memory and consciousness.
Okay.
And the Chalice rituals are replicating the labyrinth at a specific state in time.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, it sounds like it's reminding me of like that movie Inception, of a dream within a dream. You know?
It's not too far off. And I know somebody else pointed out to you in your comments at some point that the nightmares and the dreams are layered on top of one another. You can see aspects of the others through the fog, over the distance.
Yes.
Above and below.
That was let's see. That was oh gosh, what was that area called again? The Fishing Hamlet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Someone pointed out go check out the water and see what you see down there. I'm like, all right. And going over there to the shore, and sure enough, Yharnam is under the water. And I'm just like,
yes.
What?
Now,
what is going on?
That's not the best example, because the Yharnam you're seeing under the water is the same Yharnam as in the Hunter's Nightmare. You're still in the same nightmare.
Yeah.
You're just seeing where you started down below there.
Okay.
So it's following dream logic. Like, you can have an ocean in the sky above a city because it's a dream, and they don't have to make sense.
Right.
But and then even at one point going through the Hunter's Nightmare, one of the snail women from up in the Fishing Hamlet falls from the sky and lands in front of you. But what I'm talking about is more of a if you're in the Nightmare Frontier, you can see you can see like the ship masts off the edge poking up from the fog from the Fishing Hamlet.
Oh, okay. And so many similarities too. When I first entered there, it looks just like Grand Cathedral area, and like other aspects of Yharnam too, which I definitely noticed first traversing through there. I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of more of like a rundown version of these places that I've been to before.
Yeah, twisted and warped, based on the mental state of the hunters, the blood-drunk hunters forced to be there. But we're also getting a little off track from that's still further down the line.
Yeah.
Yes, however many years later, the city of Yharnam, named for the Pthumerian queen, is built atop the remnants of the ancient Pthumerian labyrinth. Okay, so next we have Byrgenwerth College. Okay. So at Byrgenwerth, we have a few very important names. We have Master Willem, the master of the college.
Yes.
Okay. We have his top student Lawrence.
Yep.
And we have somebody, just not a little tinkerer, nobody to really take special note or care of, just someone who is known for building things. No one important. His name is Gehrman.
Love it.
They discover in the Forbidden Woods, which were not forbidden at the time, I'm sure, the entrance to the ancient Pthumerian labyrinth, the Pthumerian civilization.
Yeah.
Being a place of scholarly learning, they begin to send expeditions down there. They do they send squads to excavate, to explore down there, and start finding some very interesting things. When you have a whole Tomb of the Gods situation in an ancient civilization, you start unearthing some crazy stuff.
Yep.
They locate a source of blood, which we will stick a pin in there and come back to.
Okay.
They locate the evidence of the great ones of the old gods down there, and they're finding the old blood. So, and Master Willem, he's like, well, I think that we need to elevate human consciousness. We need to find a way to ascend our way of thinking ourselves. And Lawrence is totally on board with that. He's like, yeah, we do. And Gehrman is there, who's like, so there's some pretty nasty beasts down there. I invented some cool weapons that change shape. I can go kill some stuff.
Yeah.
And thus, Gehrman the First Hunter is born.
Okay.
And he takes on his during all of this time, we also have a source of heretical blood, or vile blood, you may say.
All right.
Gets spirited away from Byrgenwerth by someone for some reason to Castle Cainhurst, where the nobles there partake of it, and they become the Vile Bloods. This is where a bit of speculation comes in, and what most people believe, myself included, is that this heretical blood that was taken is the blood of Queen Yharnam.
Okay.
The nobles of Cainhurst were also distantly related to the ancient Pthumerians.
Okay. Oh, very fascinating.
Which makes sense. Civilization falls, but we still have a noble house, separate over here. They continue to live on. Human society builds up,
Right, exactly.
I think, Thus, we have the birth of the Vile Bloods.
Okay.
And Queen Annalise.
Yes.
And from the Vile Bloods, from Castle Keenhurst, we get one of Queen Annalise's distant relatives coming to Byrgenwerth, and that is Maria.
Ah, okay. Ooh, can't wait to hear about this one.
Yes. She becomes the first student of Gehrman. If they're going to be making these expeditions into these ancient labyrinths where we got all kinds of nasty, crazy things trying to murder our faces, we got to defend ourselves and whatnot, we need some more hunters. We need more people who can use these trick weapons and whatnot. And Lady Maria is Gehrman's first student.
That's awesome.
He became enamored with her, though all indications are that she did not notice. But that is, a relationship that is not appropriate in any stretch of the imagination. Eventually, Byrgenwerth, they realize that they need something else to continue their research. Master Willem believes that the key to ascending is to gain insight, to get eyes on their brains, eyes on the inside. And so so they discover that a nearby fishing hamlet had the body of a great one wash up on shore, and they've been worshipping it.
Ah, okay.
This great one is Cause.
Ooh, give some
Now,
juicy details. Ooh.
At some point, a Byrgenwerth scholar by the name of Rom was ascended by Cause and became the vacuous spider that we know and love today.
Okay.
She was hidden beneath the lake, and Willem and everyone else is like, well, if Cause can ascend Rom, surely Cause can do something for, we can beseech Cause for something else. And they go to the fishing hamlet and find that all of the people there have been worshipping what is essentially a corpse. But keep in mind, though the physical body may be dead, Cause still exists across multiple layers of reality, multiple levels of consciousness. Cause is still there.
Okay.
Even so, all of the people who were worshipping Cause, their food was kind of invaded by these parasites from Cause's body. A parasite feeding on the body of a great one is a whole other beast to any regular stuff that we deal with. And these parasites, most people believe, are what led to the people of the fishing hamlet changing.
Okay.
This is a change that they welcome, though. They're like, our god has given us form to match her own. We are being altered to in the image of our god, Cos. Or some say Cosm.
Or Cosm, yes.
Well, so Willem sends Gehrman, Maria, and Lawrence to the fishing hamlet, where they butcher everyone. It is a massacre. Oh. They kill every single person there. They crack open their skulls so that they can peel out the eyes on the inside. Jeez. They find the corpse of Kos, and who is pregnant, and they defile the body of this god by taking the orphan of Kos from her body.
Oh, wow.
And its umbilical cord.
Wow. I feel bad for slaying that guy now. Jeez, I'm crow.
Kos is not very happy about this.
Yeah.
Kos is like, yo, my body may be dead there, but that doesn't give you the right to do this.
Jeez, I'm crow.
And so Kos created the Hunter's Nightmare so that the hunters of Byrgenwerth and all of their descendants, in this case, a spiritual descendant, the hunters who come after, the ones who learn the craft, the way that the organization evolves over time from Byrgenwerth, shall be cursed to lose themselves to the blood rage, be blood drunk, and be forced have their consciousness stolen away into the Hunter's Nightmare as an ironic hell, a purgatory, where they are just there, tortured for all eternity, in a never-ending blood hunt.
Wow. Holy moly. Jeez. So yeah, essentially, yeah, it's the purgatory for those bloodthirsty hunters. Holy. That's crazy.
Now, the hunters, they're empowered by using the old blood. Like, that's where the supernatural abilities come from. And it has that addictive property to it. So that's what leads to them becoming, getting that blood rage. They're blind with it. And then eventually lose themselves to the beastly scourge.
Hence the quote, "Fear the old blood."
Yes, fear the old blood.
All right, okay. I'm starting to get this.
That's a perfect segue. Perfect segue, actually. You brought that up right here. That's where Master Willem is like, we're not touching the blood anymore.
Yeah.
It's off limits. We're not doing this anymore.
This is no good.
We're done. What we need is to ascend our minds. We need eyes on the inside, and that's why we got this umbilical cord and this orphaned fetus, and all of the cracked open the skulls of all those fish people. That's what we're that's what we're here for, to ascend our consciousness, so that we can join the Great Ones, lead humanity to our next stage of evolution.
Okay.
So they create that research hall. Well, I guess technically the research hall is part of the church, actually. So I am getting a little bit ahead of myself.
Yeah, all good.
But Lawrence is like, well, hold on. The blood has a lot of good stuff going for it. Like, you inject a little bit, and it cures you of what ails you. You got physical injuries. Oh my God! Look, my half my arm was ripped off. It grew back. We're good. I had this incurable disease, and now I've got nothing, and I'm strong and healthy. Like, there's good stuff here.
Damn, that blood is one hell of a drug.
It is. It is one hell of a drug. Lawrence. So that's where we get that scene when you touch Lawrence's skull after defeating Vicar Amelia, where he's speaking with Master Willem, and saying that he has to go out on his own, and Willem's like, "Oh, I know, you mean to betray me." And
yep.
Lawrence says, "I do not, but you will never listen." He takes the source of the old blood, goes and founds the Healing Church.
Oh yes,
and
okay.
Through their practice of blood ministration, they are, and being able to basically heal any injury, cure any disease, the church becomes the centerpiece of the city. Like, how can you not give all the power to these people who can create these miracles, right?
Right.
Like, the whole culture of the city of Yharnam basically changes at a record pace, where everything is centered on the Grand Cathedral and the Healing Church.
Yeah.
And word of their of this place being a miracle of medicine spreads throughout the land and attracts foreigners. Now, I'm sure you noticed that the people of Yharnam do not treat foreigners very kindly.
No, they usually bad talk me and shoo me away.
Yeah, and that's if they're not actively trying to eat your face off, right?
Absolutely.
So,
what a welcoming place.
so nice, so nice. They begin doing this blood ministration, and they're conducting the experiments to try to help with ascending to the next level. And they have the research hall there, where they are. Lady Maria is watching over them. Maria and Gehrman went with Lawrence, and Maria's watching over the research hall, and finds that what they're doing there is disgusting. She already didn't like what they did at the Fishing Hamlet. The three of them went in there, massacred an entire town, defiled a god, and she could barely stomach that. What they're doing to these people, in order to try to create an ascended being that can communicate between them and the Great Ones, is like she does her best to make things comfortable for these people, to make things nice. But there's only so much that she can do, and she can't take direct action against the Healing Church.
Yeah.
Her original weapon, the Rakuyo, before she left the Fishing Hamlet, she tossed it in the well in disgust of what they had done there.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, she was just like, I can't do this anymore, basically.
Those patients there, they're forced to imbibe water. Water is because Kos washed up on shore from the ocean, and because after Rom was ascended to be kin of the Great Ones, she took up residence in the lake. They're like, okay, so the Great Ones come from water. They're forcing these patients to imbibe water and are basically drowning their heads in water constantly.
Oh.
Splish, splash.
Yes.
Squitchy, squelchy.
Okay. Yeah, that explains a lot.
Turns out they should have been looking a little bit higher to the stars. They kind of misinterpreted that. And that's what led to the research patients being the living failures. They were a failed attempt at creating kin who could communicate between humans and the Great Ones.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Then, eventually, Maria could no longer stomach what was going on, and she ended herself.
Oh, she offed herself. Oh, okay. Whoa.
She's one of the very few hunters to be drawn into the hunter's nightmare with her sanity intact, and is chosen to continue overseeing things there and act as the defender of the secrets.
Okay. Because I remember some of the patients in there that were like crying out for her, like, Lady Maria, please put an end to my suffering, or something like that. And I was just, oh God, I felt so bad in that moment in time.
Yeah, so rough.
These poor people, jeez, and crow.
I know, so rough, so rough. Well, at some point during all of this, we start getting beasts showing up in Yharnam because they're spreading the blood around. They're healing people with it. And that's leading to people turning into beasts. But the people of the city don't exactly know what's going on at first. They'll hold on, like, why are there, like, werewolves out in the streets now?
It's like some sort of beast plague or something.
Yeah. So, what ends up happening there is Gehrman begins leading, he begins training new hunters to stalk the streets at night as a sort of a secret police force. Slay the beasts when under cover of nightfall so that the people don't have to worry about what's going on.
Yeah.
But that's not addressing the core problem, which is continued use of the blood turning people into beasts. We have Old Yharnam. Old Yharnam is struck by a plague of the ashen blood disease. Now, there is reason to believe that the healing church spread the disease around themselves. There's also reason to believe it's completely natural epidemic that they had nothing to do with. It's it's one of those interpretive, whichever direction you personally believe situations.
Yeah.
My own opinion is that I 100% believe that they would have, but I'm not convinced that we have the evidence to really push that.
Right. Yeah.
But with this epidemic of the ashen blood disease going around, people are needing more blood healing than in higher concentration than has ever been done. Well, cat's out of the bag. Now all of Old Yharnam is turning into beasts before everyone's eyes, and we can't keep this a secret anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
They do their best to stymie the plague. They hunt the beasts the best they can, but there's just too many. They cannot do this. They have to burn. They have to seal off Old Yharnam and burn the place down.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, actually, I did skip over one important thing.
Oh yeah.
Rewind a moment. That umbilical cord that they got from the orphan of Cause, they wrenched out of her womb. That was taken by Lawrence.
Oh.
After, they call here. This is a very common misconception that I really have to clear up. They are not 1/3 of umbilical cords. They are third umbilical cords, or cord of the third eye.
Oh.
Each one is a full, complete umbilical cord. It's called a third cord because it's used to enhance your third eye.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
Eyes on the inside.
Oh, okay. This is starting to really come together now. Okay.
That is probably the single biggest misconception, most popular misconception I see, and this is stuff for, like, you look at the original Japanese and how some things were translated, or look at how things are addressed in different ways. But they are not a third of an umbilical cord. They're all separate umbilical cords. They are the cord of the third eye.
Okay. Awesome. I'm glad you cleared that up for me, because yeah, that definitely makes a lot more sense.
Sometime after Maria died, but before the Old Yharnam Ashen Blood Plague, Lawrence and Gehrman used the cord from Cause's child to perform a ritual to beckon a Great One. The Great Ones are sympathetic to human causes. They are are willing to come down and communicate with us as best that they can, given the discrepancy in our cosmic understanding. Again, these things are able to understand us as well as we are able to understand them, which is almost not at all.
Right.
But they are generally sympathetic to human cause.
Okay.
They use this cord, and they beckon a great one by the name of Flora, the Moon Presence.
Oh, all right.
And thus, Flora creates the hunter's dream. Why specifically Lawrence and Gehrman called the Moon Presence down, and what kind of deal that they made with it, or what they thought was happening, not 100% clear. Some people think that Gehrman did it because he wanted the doll he made of Maria to be given life, so that he would have his old student / not healthy love interest back.
Okay.
Some people believe that they called it down so that they had another way of battling the beast scourge that had been gaining more ground, gaining more presence in the city. My own personal belief, I think it's a combination of that, like gaining some way to fight back against the beasts. But I also personally believe that Gehrman wanted an alternative for him than the hunter's nightmare.
Oh.
He was the one who led the execution of the Fishing Hamlet. The Orphan of Cause that we fight in the hunter's nightmare version of the Hamlet was crafted in Gehrman's image.
Oh, so
even the way that it cries, when it cries upon like birthing itself from its dead mother's body, is the exact same crying that Gehrman does in his sleep when you find him asleep in the hunter's dream, just pitched.
Oh, that's very interesting. Whoa. Okay.
So, for these, because he is so intricately linked into the hunter's nightmare, I personally believe that in addition to Lawrence wanting another way to battle the beasts, Gehrman was scared as shit of being sentenced to an eternal hell of his own creation and wanted any other option.
Right.
But again, that's my own personal headcanon. There's not anything that denotes that specifically. That's how I've chosen to interpret some things, just to make sure that that's absolutely clear.
Yeah, no, but I like that, though. That's really good.
But now, Flora, the Moon Presence, gives life to the doll in the hunter's dream. And, hey, it's a great one. It wants a surrogate child. Gehrman is now that surrogate child. He is now forever. Oh, are you? Did you drop out? Your camera seems to.
Uh-oh.
Your camera just went all went still and fuzzy.
Oh, let's see.
I'll keep going. Oh, okay, there we go.
We're back. Hey. I don't know what happened.
We're back. Hey, that's it. Maybe it was just on my end. I don't know.
I think I got a notification and it like messed up the whole connection thing.
Oh, weird. Okay. Gehrman is now the custodian of the hunter's dream. He can't leave. He's stuck there, and he's now the surrogate child of Flora. Which, by the way, the reason we know its name is Flora is because of some dialogue from the doll that you can only get in certain circumstances.
And I probably missed out on that dialogue too. I seem to have missed a lot of things during my playthrough.
Hey, that's 100% valid, and I think that's the way that you should experience it. Is by if you're following a guide and hitting every single thing, I don't think that you're doing this game or the others of its ilk justice.
Absolutely. Like, I was very appreciative of people commenting, but also at the same time, I was kind of like, I don't know if I should be reading all of these because they're kind of going more into like spoiler territory. I really want a fresh taste on this.
In my own comments, I tried to keep away from spoilers, while also kind of expanding on what you had seen and what you had to work off of.
Yeah,
like I didn't want to include things that you hadn't seen. I may have at times I definitely hinted at some stuff,
which I really appreciated that too. When you were mentioning, doesn't the moon look a little strange? I'm like, is it?
Yeah. I was like, listen, isn't it weird that the moon is in front of the clouds? That's not normal.
So yeah, when you mentioned that and seeing that in perspective, I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of a little weird, isn't it?
If the moon is in front of the clouds, we have a problem.
What's going on? Oh, the tides. Oh shit.
Oh god, it's Majora's Mask. The moon is falling.
Oh my god. And sorry to get off topic, but that's a game I need to play. Believe it or not, I've never played a Zelda game. So.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Oh no, it's my favorite franchise. I love it so much.
I hear so many good things.
So many. Okay. So yeah, so the hunter's dream was established, and the reason for that is so that Flora and the messengers will mark certain hunters as being hunters of the dream, or as Queen Annalise calls you, and thus is my preferred nomenclature, moon-scented hunters.
Oh, okay.
That's not an official title, like the Tarnished in Elden Ring, or the Chosen Undead of Dark Souls. Your official title is just Hunter. But I prefer to call you the moon-scented hunter. I just think that is so freaking badass and cool.
I was gonna say that sounds badass.
But yeah, so there's various hunters at different points in time get pulled into the hunter's dream, and the Flora marks them with the hunter's rune in their brain, the hunter's mark. Like with that first item you get, Hunter's Mark, lets you return to the nearest lantern without at the cost of losing your blood echoes.
Right, yeah.
Like that's not a physical item you have. That's a rune etched into your mind by Flora. You just focus on the thought of that rune, and it returns you to the dream that it's linked to.
Oh, and that's why that's an item that you can use over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like etched into the core of your being in your mind. So, and that's the source of your immortality in this world, is that if you die, you simply return to the dream, and are restored to a different level of reality.
Okay.
So each night of the hunt, Flora picks a hunter to mark, giving the church, giving the city of Yharnam, basically an immortal hunter to go out and and slay these beasts. That's so at certain points, the mark is erased from their mind. They no longer are hunters of the dream. They become regular mortal hunters again.
Okay.
Ones that we know are Eileen the Crow and Jura of the Powder Kegs.
I was just gonna, bring that up too. Yep. Okay.
Yes, which was one of the questions that you had asked. So
Yes.
too. We could get into a little more detail on that. So, flashing forward again, boom, we've got the Old Yharnam. It's getting overrun because of the Ashen Blood disease, forcing them to give those healing, the blood transfusions to basically everybody. Oh no, the whole place is beasts now. Jura and the Powder Kegs, as an offshoot of the hunter's workshop, were in charge of mowing everything down because the Powder Keg's whole thing is big boom indiscretion. Just the bigger the boom, the better.
Just like a band of mercenaries in some way.
Only Jura comes to realize while he's down there doing this that these beasts are people. They are the people we're trying to save. Which causes him to completely be disillusioned with his mission as a hunter. He chooses not to... Your camera froze again, but in like the funniest frame.
Did it really?
Was great. Well, it picked back up like a second later, but it was the funniest image.
Oh my god, what's going on with my stuff?
Maybe it's my connection. Who knows?
I don't know.
So, but because the place is being absolutely overrun, and the guy in charge of killing all these beasts put his weapon down and said no more. Lawrence is like, okay, well, close the doors, burn the damn thing down. We got no other options.
Yep. Oh man. Okay.
And thus, when Lawrence eventually became the first cleric beast and was put down, and his consciousness... Whoa, there was a big thunderclap outside the window just now.
Oh shoot!
I wonder if that picked up on the mic.
It's the gods. They're hearing that we're talking about Bloodborne. The great ones have are coming down to say hello.
They are. Oh god, please! I don't want them. I don't want. These are not gods I want to meet. So we've I personally choose to believe that Lawrence's consciousness stuck in the Hunter's Nightmare as the first cleric beast, his sin of burning down Old Yharnam is why he is perpetually on fire.
Oh.
Again, another one of those things that's not outright stated anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's just the Hunter's Nightmare is built to be an ironic hell for the people responsible for the Fishing Hamlet massacre.
Right.
So
that makes sense, though. That does.
If he's forced to be there in the physical body that he was turned into later, and on fire. I think that's just the perfect, ironic hell situation for him.
Yep. Makes sense.
So, we have, Old Yharnam burned down. Cool. At some point after that, and this is where timeline starts getting a bit more muddled. We don't know specifically what order certain things happened in. Was this before this before that, whatever. But these are all things roughly happening together. We have the church kind of split. The healing church kind of splits into multiple groups that are that want to approach things from different ways, different angles. And Lawrence, he transforms into the first cleric beast. He gets hunted down. He gets killed. He's assassinated by Brador, the church assassin. He's the guy in the Hunter's Nightmare that invades you over and over again in the Fishing Hamlet. each time you kill his invasion spirit, and you like get a piece of his armor set.
Yeah.
His armor is made from the skin of a cleric beast.
Oh.
The first cleric beast.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
He's wearing Lawrence's skin as his armor.
Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my. That's crazy.
He is the official assassin of the church. If they needed something taken care of on the down low, he's the guy that they sent. Well, our founder turning into a giant monster and rampaging in the streets is kind of a big deal that we need taken care of.
Right, yeah. Big time.
The Brador is sent out. Brador kills Lawrence, kills the first cleric beast, secrets his body back to the cathedral, and his pendant is given to the next person in line to be chosen as the vicar of the church.
Oh.
And then his skull is left in the Grand Cathedral as a holy relic. And Brador turns the rest of his body into his armor, and Brador at that point is in the unfortunate situation of knowing too much. When you know too much, something's got to happen.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So, and that's why he's locked up in the Hunter's Nightmare. He's after accomplishing his mission. They're like, okay, we can't have you out there spilling secrets, so you're getting gulagged.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second.
Oh, you got a little hand back there.
Yes, it's my fiance. What's up? Huh? Oh, okay. Do you want me to order something? All right. Well, I'm kind of using my phone as my webcam right now. I gotta do this right now.
We could put a pin. We can put a pin in this. You can order whatever you need to do, and then jump back on.
There's nothing in the freezer. We got chicken.
I love chicken. Chicken's my favorite.
Oh, can use that for any meal. Okay, sorry about that.
Family comes first. Brador gets gulagged by the Healing Church for knowing too much and all that.
Yes.
The Healing Church kind of its membership splits into a couple different directions. The first is the choir. They are a group that tries to continue to they try to turn people into kin of great ones to facilitate that communication. And then we have the School of Mensis, controlled by Mikolash, who are just batshit crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, both groups, horrendous, terrible, doing unspeakably awful things. The choir, more reserved, more controlled about it.
Okay.
School of Mensis, just Looney Tunes psycho. So the choir, they control Upper Cathedral Ward. They have the orphanage there. And through this orphanage, they're doing two things with the kids. The first is they're experimenting on them to turn them into celestial emissaries, which is the successful version of the living failures.
Oh. I killed kids, is what you're telling me. In that boss fight.
So So those like little crawling, the small little crawling things right outside the orphanage that would give you frenzy.
Yeah.
Those were babies.
Oh my god.
Let's be real. At this point, it's a mercy. Okay.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Okay. That makes me feel better.
The other thing that they're doing with the kids in this orphanage is the ones that they're not trying to turn into celestial emissaries to communicate with the Great Ones. They are inducting and brainwashing into the choir to continue to grow their ranks. The choir, on one of their expeditions back into the tombs, find a real living left behind Great One.
Which
Ebrietas.
Yes. Okay.
Daughter of the Cosmos. Ebrietas is not a true Great One like Kos or Flora or Odin. Ebrietas is akin, like Rom, like the celestial emissary. Ebrietas was a mortal that was ascended to being Great One adjacent, but not a full-fledged, full-on Great One.
Okay.
Ebrietas was one of the ancient Pthumerians that managed to achieve this ascension. Fun fact, in the original plans and changed very early on, or like very late into development, Ebrietas was going to be Cause.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Which puts an entirely new spin on that whole as you once did for the vacuous Rom, grant us eyes, and the fact that Ebrietas is like kneeling before an altar of a deceased Rom. Because
yeah.
Earlier in production, Ebrietas was going to be Cause.
Okay.
So, what does that mean for the lore? Since it was changed and Kos is now a completely different Great One, and Ebrietas is now in that position.
It's kind of just up in the air at this point.
Yeah. Why is there an altar to the deceased Rom in front of Ebrietas? Who knows?
Don't worry about it.
Maybe Ebrietas. Yeah, don't worry about it. Maybe Ebrietas is like, oh man, another person that was ascended to being a kin Great One is dead. It's like comrade in arms situation. I don't know. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't think that's something that can be explained entirely within the lore as it is. I think that's just a funny artifact that there's no real satisfying explanation for it as it is right now.
They just left it in there. Just like, yeah, we'll turn this into a quest and be done with that.
Yeah.
I get it. Yep. Okay.
The Ebrietas, most people are under the consensus that Ebrietas is the Healing Church's continued source of the old blood. I'm not 100% on board with that because Ebrietas was not found before the church was founded, and we know that they had the old blood before that. Byrgenwerth had the old blood first. The Healing Church came after. Lawrence left Byrgenwerth with the old blood, and Ebrietas was not found until after the church was created.
Okay.
So she could be their continued main supply at this point, but I would not say that she was their original source.
Yeah. But
it is through Ebrietas and communing with her a physical Great One, kin Great One, left behind when the actual Great Ones ascended beyond the need for their physical bodies. That the choir developed a lot of their tools. The Augur of Ibrietis create a little portal that summons one of her tentacles.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And is what led to them being able to actually have that breakthrough to create the celestial emissaries rather than continuing to fail.
Right. Okay.
Which brings us to Yosefka.
Yes.
The-
Yoskfa.
Yosefka is even not just the imposter that replaces her later, but Yosefka is 100% a member of the choir. There is no denying that. Because her clinic leads directly into the forbidden woods where the failed celestial emissaries were deposited. Remember, when you were going through the Forbidden Woods, that's the first place that you find those little alien blubbers, and you're like, what the hell are these? What?
Yes, yeah.
And you realize that there's the shortcut through there that leads back to Yosefka's clinic. That is where that's where they were being stored, where they were being kind of sent off.
Okay.
And Yosefka is wearing the white garb of the choir as well, if you actually look at her specific character model and not the imposters. Their facial structure is very similar. Most people believe that Yosefka and the imposter are sisters. I think that there's definitely merit to that.
Yeah.
But what we can say for certain is that Yosefka genuinely cared for the people, and she didn't want to risk infecting patients on a night of the hunt. She 100% was a part of the choir and was involved in some way with their celestial experiments. That I do not think can be denied. But she was the lightest shade of gray in that gray and black group.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the imposter comes in and just starts experimenting on anyone that you send there, starting with the real Yosefka.
Oh, and in my playthrough, I can't remember if I sent anyone there or not. I don't think I did.
No, you did, because it's after you first leave Yosefka's clinic. When you come back, you'll find that the room that you woke up in is locked, and Yosefka's back there, and she says, sorry, it's a night of the hunt. I can't open the door. I'm not risking it for the people I have here. After you defeat Gehrman, if you go back, she's been replaced by the imposter. And then suddenly the tune changes and she says, if you find any survivors out there, tell them that my clinic is a safe place and you can send them here.
Safe place my ass.
Every single person that you send to her gets turned into a celestial emissary.
Oh boy. Okay.
But if you send them to Odin Chapel, where that little guy there is, who looks, frankly horrific, they're safe. They're fine. He genuinely just wants to help everybody. He's the genuinely nicest person in Yharnam. Period.
Can't judge a book by its cover, right?
Absolutely not. And he's a descendant of the ancient Pthumerians as well.
Oh, awesome. So, okay.
Cool. So that's the choir's deal. They're continuing, kind of following more in the footsteps of Willem at Byrgenwerth, trying to ascend their minds and commune with the Great Ones directly. And they're experimenting on people and doing kind of really nasty stuff to get there. Whereas then we have the School of Mensis, who's like, you know what we really need to do? Just go balls to the wall, all out, and just do whatever ungodly rituals we need. They control Yahargul, the Unseen Village.
Oh, okay.
The Snatchers, who the first time you die to one, they carry you in the bag, deposit you in the Hypogean jail.
Oh, it's pronounced
Yahargul.
Hypogean. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I was saying Hypogean.
They're under the control. They're under the control of the School of Mensis. They're kidnapping people for the School of Mensis for their rituals.
Okay.
They are. They get the umbilical cord of Murgo. They do their own, delving into the labyrinths. They find Queen Yharnam's remains. They take her umbilical cord for Murgo, and they use it to commune with Murgo. And and they're doing all this crazy stuff, beckoning the blood moon situations going on, which is a whole other thing. And with that they beseech Murgo. They're like, grant us a brain of with eyes. Elevate us, ascend us. We need eyes on our brains.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's because Murgo is an infant Great One, or because Murgo is a Great One and thus beyond human understanding, and the way that it interpreted that was to create the brain of Mensis.
Yeah.
A ritual that led to the stillbirth of their brains. I love that line. It's great.
Ooh.
It is not 100% certain if the brain of Mensis is composed of the brains of all of the School of Mensis, or if their bodies just kind of rotted and died as part of the ritual and it created the brain. But Murgo created the brain of Mensis, and the only one left is Mikalash,
Yes.
who is now the host. Who is now the host of the nightmare where Murgo's consciousness resides.
Okay.
Murgo is, like its father Odin, formless.
Yeah.
So even though it died in childbirth, however long ago in the body of Queen Yharnam, its consciousness exists in this nightmare, and it has taken Mikalash as the host of its nightmare, just like Flora took Gehrman, just like Kaz has Maria in the Hunter's Nightmare. So, and Mikalash is he's lost some of his he's lost some of his sanity.
Mikalash, that bastard.
I love Mikalash. Mikalash is the most hated boss in the game. No one likes him. People hate his ass. They think he's annoying as hell. The boss fight is the worst. And then here I am, like, man, I love Mikalash. I love him. He is my second favorite character. I love him so much.
I appreciate.
I love everything about it.
Yeah, I appreciate the uniqueness of how that boss went. It was definitely very different compared to what we've been dealing with throughout the game. But just the fact that as soon as you catch up and he's just like, whoop, nope. So,
Nope, woo!
Yeah, I was like, all right, just one and done with this, please.
Now, the reason that Yharnam is so effed up, and once Rom's illusion is broken and you can see what is actually going on, is because of the rituals that the School of Mensis is conducting. They are responsible for this. By beckoning Murgo and bringing Murgo closer to the material plane, they are what caused, like, this insanity and chaos. They're the reason that this Night of the Hunt is so much worse than all the others. That now there are, like, horrible amalgamations of corpses coming out of coffins, moving around and attacking, and Rom is trying to protect humanity's sanity by masking all of this.
Yep.
And not just masking it, but also kind of sorta like holding it back. Like, she's not stopping the rituals, she's not preventing them from, but she is making them less potent and kind of holding them at bay for a bit.
Yeah.
While also, casting that illusion over Yharnam.
Oh, sorry, just one moment, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
I have an uninvited guest right here.
Oh, we like uninvited guests.
Come here, buddy. Come here.
Is it a pet, or is it your kid, or it's a kitty?
Yes, this is one of 3. This is
hello.
This is Gizmo. Say hello. Hello.
Hi, Gizmo. I'm a dog person myself, but not one of the people who goes out of their way to try to make cat people feel bad.
Oh, good. I love dogs too. It's just we just somehow ended up with 3 cats. I don't know how.
Life happens in mysterious ways, right?
Yes, and you know what's funny? He's part Maine Coon, so he actually. It's funny. He kind of acts like a dog too. Like, seriously,
funny.
Compared to the other 2 that we have, he is very energetic. He wags his tail like a dog, and I mean, like, he will pant too. Like, he'll go.
Nice.
All right, buddy, I'm gonna put you down, okay? Okay, bye-bye. Go bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye, Gizmo. Oh. So also, as part of all of this situation, like you notice at Byrgenwerth, like there's that bridge on the balcony that just goes out into the lake, and then it stops for some reason, right? Like there's no guardrails or nothing. It's like what's going on here?
Yes.
The reason that it just stops over the lake is because, well, the rest of Byrgenwerth no longer exists there. It's the lecture hall that was pulled into the nightmare.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Mine is officially blown. Holy crap.
The lecture hall is part of Byrgenwerth College. Did you wonder why Byrgenwerth was like one small building with
right.
A few bookshelves and
yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes more sense. Okay. Because I was like, man, this is a small area here.
Like, for being a college that's the center of everything that has happened in this story, this is just like a very small place. No, because the rest of it was pulled into the nightmare.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
So that's the situation of like everything that happens before and leading up to your character arriving. Your character, you're a foreigner from some other land. You show up, and you are looking for something known as pale blood. Why? We're not sure. In that opening cinematic, the blood administrator, is just says, pale blood, huh? Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is home to all manner of blood healing. But first, yes,
Yep.
so on and so forth. when you go through the contract, and like all foreigners who come seeking blood healing have to are required by the church to sign a contract to participate in a night of the hunt. So you have to be a hunter, and then boom, you are chosen by Flora to be that night's special hunter.
All right.
And Flora sends you off, and for some reason wants Murgo dead. So, why? We don't know. The Great Ones are beyond our comprehension. Beyond our understanding.
Beyond our understanding, I say.
But what we do know, and what's lost in the English translation, is that note that's on the chair when you first wake up. Like, all that we get in the English version is it says, "Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt." That, like, what does that mean? Well, the original Japanese makes it clear this is a note written in your handwriting that says, "Seek pale blood too," and then, like, you could say "transcend the hunt," but other alternative translations exist, which include, like, to end the hunt or to complete the hunt. So for some reason, you know about pale blood, and you wrote a note to yourself to go to Yharnam and find it so that you can complete or end or transcend the hunt. How do you know this? Oh, who knows? For some reason, you as a foreigner to these lands have some idea of what pale blood is, even though everyone you talk to doesn't.
Yeah.
And you know that you need to find it to end the hunt. Well, Miyazaki has stated in interviews, and has also been also hinted at in Yahar'gul as well, pale blood is the moon presence. It is Flora.
Okay.
When you like, after you defeat Rom, when you get to that part in Yahar'gul in front of the Hypogean jail, and as there's that note there, it says, "Behold a pale blood sky." And when you first get there, if you go there the early by getting killed by a snatcher, you look at that note and you're like, okay, what does this mean? You go there after killing Rom and everything's effed up, and you're like, oh, okay, I see what we're talking about.
Yep, everything just changed. Yep.
So yes, pale blood, or as Miyazaki put it, is also like the color of a lack of blood, like when you remove blood from the skin. It denotes the sky in that moment. It denotes Flora, the moon presence. So you as a foreigner came there knowing you need to find the moon presence to end the hunt.
Okay.
And you end up being chosen by Flora to be the next moon-scented hunter.
Oh.
And you go through the whole story. By the time you get there to the end, you can say, Gehrman, you come to Gehrman and you can be like, you know what? I've had enough of this place. I'm done. Do it. I submit my life. Kill me. Wake me up. I'm getting the hell out of here. Or you can refuse and be like, no, Gehrman, like, you're suffering. You've been here too long. You are, like, you don't deserve this, but Gehrman wants to give you mercy. You are two hunters in a dance to give each other mercy from the moon presence. If you kill Gehrman, Flora emerges and takes you as its next surrogate child to be the host of the hunter's dream for every night of the hunt going forward.
Yeah.
Unless you find 3 cords of the third eye. Which could be Murgo's, which you get upon killing the Murgo's wet nurse, and then Murgo dies without another great one to maintain its infant state.
Yep.
You could get the cord from Ariana's baby that she was impregnated by Odin on that night.
Yep.
You could get the cord from the hunter's workshop in the real world, where the real doll is.
Yep.
Which was the orphan's cord, the one taken by Lawrence and Gehrman from Cause's body, that originally beckoned Flora. And you can get a cord from the imposter Yosefka.
Yes.
Quick side note, another common misconception is that she was also impregnated by Odin and she's in a birthing position, and when you kill her, you're getting another cord of one of Odin's children. That's not the case. She is not she is not pregnant in that moment. She is using another unrelated cord and trying to ascend in that moment.
Right. I was going to say, yeah, because I think, she was trying to experiment on herself.
Yes. Exactly. She's using a cord of the third eye to grant herself eyes to ascend after you kill Rom, and the rituals are unblocked.
Okay.
That's her situation there. It's another cord of another great one. It is not her own pregnancy. But yeah, so as long as you get 3 out of those 4, then you have ascended yourself to a higher plane, and you can fight Flora back. Now, keep in mind, without those cords, it doesn't matter how strong you are, how powerful you are. Flora just instantly takes you down.
Yep.
So that says to me that of all the great ones that you encounter and that you find, except for potentially Odin, who is so far above everybody, but I mean, you can't actually encounter Odin.
Right.
That tells me that Flora is the most powerful of them that we can find.
Yep.
Because you can fight all the others. You cannot fight Flora without first ascending yourself using 3 third cords. And then you get the easiest boss fight in the game, because mechanically Flora is a total curb stomp. It's like
it's pretty amazing, to see like that, the great one, like the one of the highest tiers, be so frail and not as strong as the underlings. Which I thought, that was very interesting, really cool fight. But I was like, whoa, was that just a little too easy, or?
It's like, that's my interpretation of it. Is that it's only that easy because you put yourself on equal footing. But without putting yourself on equal footing, you literally don't stand a chance. There's nothing you can do.
Right. So if you didn't have those cords, you'd be boned.
So by finding Pale Blood, Flora the Moon Presence, you are able to complete or end the hunt by killing her. But then you become an infant Great One, a true Great One, not an incomplete kin like Ebrietas, like Rom, like the emissaries. Lawrence thought that the blood was the way to grow humanity. Willem thought that insight was the way to grow humanity. Turns out, both of them were wrong. You needed to collect the blood through blood echoes and ascend your insight with the third chords. These together allowed a true ascension as a great one.
Holy moly. And it's so funny, like when I first completed the playthrough, I had the two endings totally ass backwards. Like, my buddy called me up after. He was like, "Hey, I think you kind of misinterpreted the endings there." I was like, "I did?" It's like, "Yeah, waking up is not a good thing. You becoming the worm creature, you ascended where no one else could, but you were the first to do so. So that was the good ending." I was like, "Oh."
Well, I will say, is it the good ending, though? I mean, it's the secret ending. It's the ending you have to put the most work into getting.
Right.
But now you've left your humanity behind. Can you even comprehend like life in the way that you could before? Can you even relate to people anymore?
Yeah.
Are you going to put an end to all of these nightmares? Or like, do you now have some cosmic eldritch understanding that like you need to keep these going? Now you're the one in charge.
Oh yeah, so that's a huge thing that's left up in the air too. It's like, yeah, you don't know if you still have your mind intact once you've ascended into this infant great one. Like, yeah, you don't know if it's just gonna do the same cycle over and over again, or yeah, that makes it very, very fascinating. And that's why we need a sequel, Sony.
Yes, I would love that so much, so much. Now I will throw, I'll throw out my own personal theory. And again, this is 100% just my theory.
Yes, please.
But I believe that the one pulling the strings behind all of this was, in fact, the doll, and that she is a great one. And now that you have properly ascended to a true infant great one, she has her child.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, because especially the way how she was like, handling you at the end of the cutscene there. Yeah, very curious about that.
It was very maternal.
Right. Yeah. That's great that that's a great theory. I love that. Yeah, because I was very curious about that too.
You never attacked the doll at any point, which good on you. I hate when I would never.
Oh god, so many I couldn't even imagine.
No. So many people attack the doll so that she dies, and it cuts out it's a time-saving measure. It cuts out the dialogue so that you can just use her body to go straight to the level up without having to mash through dialogue.
No way.
But if you attack the doll, she bleeds white blood.
Oh.
Pale blood.
Whoa. That's cool. Okay. Whoa. Man, yeah, I know that you can attack any NPC in this game, but man, yeah, I couldn't have that in me. There wasn't even a thought of me doing that. It's like, this is just
me neither.
This is just the person to go to level up and have some chats here and there with.
And she's like, so, oh man, she like breaks my heart. Like, of course, do you love your creation the way the gods love theirs? Of course, I love you. Yeah, isn't that how you made me?
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, when she said that to me, man, I was just like, oh my god, my heart. Like, how could you attack something like this?
But if you're one of those people,
shame on you.
Absolutely, shame for sure. But that is the frankly, it's funny to say this, abridged version of the entire story and lore of Bloodborne from start to end.
Excellent, dude. You explained everything so well done. Like, seriously, that was incredible. It definitely makes me understand a crap ton more. I don't feel as left in the dark anymore after hearing this discussion. Oh my god. A real big eye opener. You are the
many
Lore Master.
eyes have been opened.
Yes.
I have now put eyes on your brain.
Oh my god, I can feel it now.
Oh
man.
Nelly. Like that's a lot to go through, though. Even like the brief version.
Right, and praise to you for that too. That's something I don't think I could ever handle. Like, that's just like, man, too much like for me to process, to try to like go through the whole story like that. Like, I don't think I could ever do that. That's why you guys need to go over to his channel and check his stuff out. He knows his stuff.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Like mostly what you'll find on my channel is the biggest things lately is eldenring theories. But like what I do weekly live streams of video games and currently a Power Rangers tabletop RPG. And my favorite thing that I like to do is my Let's Make a Game series, where I go through the and in depth on how I would create my own theoretical game of a certain franchise or genre. The original was Let's Make a Fighting Game. I went over designing my own fighting game called Quantum Combat.
Ooh, oh, good for you, man.
Yep. And the next one is Let's Make a Fallout Game, where I talk about how I would design my own Fallout game set in my home state of Colorado.
That's cool.
The next one is going to be starting soon, which is actually Let's Make a Souls-like game. Yes,
I'll be there firsthand.
I appreciate it. But to blow smoke up my own butt for a moment, like, speaking of going to my channel, this was just part 1. Part 2 is going to be hosted on my channel. It's so come over there to get more in-depth questions that he sent to me in advance, which I am gonna go dive right into as soon as we end this episode here.
Absolutely, can't wait.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do this with you.
Absolutely, Jeff. Seriously, guys, go check out HellYeahGaming. Go hit that subscribe button and get those noties on. This guy, great guy. He knows his stuff. Really, this was incredible, Jeff. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. Thank you.
Ooh.
So that's my goodbye to end things off here. Go to my channel to get part 2, which I hope that everybody watching this just enjoys this so much that it makes you want to jump up and shout out a great big hell yeah!
Love it. Thank you so much again, Jeff. Really appreciate this, man.
Absolutely.